so now let's learn how to plant a tropical water lily. All right, so this is how they look, and let's get in depth of it. Now coming to the tropical water lilies, again the same tub, which is standard 1 feet depth and 18 inches diameter. All right, so if you can get something much bigger than this is wonderful, but at least this should be the minimum requirement for an outer pot. All right, so now for the tropical water lilies, I usually prefer 6, 7, 8 inches pots like these, and they can be with or without the drain hole. That really doesn't matter. These are with the drain holes and one is without the drain hole, so that really doesn't matter. You can choose any of these, or if you've got a bigger tank, you can go with a 10-inch pot like this as well, which is much better. You don't have to repot it frequently. Or you can also go ahead with a round flat tub like this, which would be helpful, without the drain holes or with the drain holes. Again, that's all up to your choice. So this is how it goes. So for now, I'll show you something in the regular pot, which would be an 8 inches pot. If you place this 8 inches pot into the tub, still you have about 6 inches, or say, yeah, approximately 6 inches water level, and that should be good for the leaves to float and for the plant to be breathing. All right, so this is what we are going to use. Some manure into it, this much is enough. All right, and some red soil into it. Yep, that should do for now. This should be good for now. And how you would plant it is, when we send you a tropical water lily, this is how it's going to be. I mean, don't expect it to be this fresh because it would bear the transit and come. So what we generally do is we cut these leaves, the ones which are already yellow and too long. See, for example, this is damaged leaf, so we tend to cut it. So we send something like this with 1 or 2 leaves only, and maybe with the buds and blooms, may or may not be. And even the root part, we cut it. You don't have to worry about it. You can be ruthless in cutting the roots. And what is really important in a tropical water lily is this hard part, which is called the tuber. Technically, this is a soft tuber. This is not the hard tuber. The hard tuber will be attached to it, and which is used by us for the propagation. All right, so being an enthusiast, that is not really important for you, or you don't have to know about it much. So for now, just go with this. This is how it comes in a pack with you, and it would be molded. This is how we compact them, pack it in a damp newspaper, and then into a Ziploc cover, and then goes into the box. And this is how you get it. So the minute you get it, you would float them into the water, and they would get hydrated in a day, and the next day you can plant. So whenever you are planting a tropical water lily, the main and the foremost thing you need to remember is ensuring this crown. This is called the crown of the plant, from where it starts giving the tiny leaves and the buds and all that, is a little above the soil. All right, so this is how it's going to be. You're going to press it as much as hard you can. All right, this is how you're going to do. And once you do this, there'll be little more space available. You can have a thin layer of sand here, the river sand, so that the water does not get dirty, and try to press it as hard as you can, because it shouldn't be floating again. So this is how you plant it, place it, and fill it with the water. And it takes about 30 to 45 days for the plant to get readjusted and start performing. So in the meanwhile, what you need to maintain is ensure that there's not too much of algae in it, and also not too much of snails. Snails usually don't develop so fast, they're going to take some time. But whenever you find some snails and its eggs, try to destroy them. See, this is how it happens. So you'll have to be careful. Enough. So this is the water level you maintain. Do not disturb it. And if you see the leaves turning upside down, just flip them but do not touch it too much. So they are the pond plants. They enjoy the privacy. They don't like to be touched much. So that is one thing you'll have to remember. And this is how you plant a water lily. And later it looks different, and how that looks I'll show you right away. So after a few days, this is how it's going to look. Alright, so with some big leaves, and it can have much more leaves. See, I'll tell you something. The leaves are basically meant for photosynthesis process. So I personally don't recommend too much of leaf growth. Alright, I cut them as much as possible so that that particular energy is saved for the buds and blooms. Right, but then it's not that you cut the entire leaves and just keep 1 or 2, even that will not work. You minimum keep 4 to 5 leaves like this, and the plant will do really good. And the dirty part, yes, it takes some time for everything to settle, and once it is settled, it will start looking beautiful. And the leaves can go even huge and huge. We restrict them because we grow them in a commercial purpose. So what you grow at home and what we grow is entirely different. So do not get confused or misguided by that. We happen to cut the leaves a lot, and even the blooms in fact, so that the plant gets energy and it starts making more babies for us. So but your way of growing is entirely different, and this is how it looks. And here are the cute. The tropical water lilies tend to raise above the water level and then start blooming, wherein in Hardys it's different. I'll show you when it comes to the Hardys video. Alright, so this is all about it.
If you like this video, do like, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you will get the notifications when we upload a new video. Thank you.